Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Mixing Pot Podcast. It's your girl, Chef Keyla. Y'all already know what's going on. I've got my lovely co-host, Chef Tariq and Chef Drewski here, as well as our Twitch handler, Young Nas.
Yeah.
So what's up, everybody?
What's up?
Masha Patyam.
Hello, how we doing?
Hello.
Yo, she looks so bad, yo.
What's going on, y'all? How you guys doing today?
Feeling good.
Feeling good?
I'm feeling great.
You
Fucking
feeling
good.
great?
Wow, so you
Fucking
trying to one
good.
up me?
Fucking
Okay.
good.
I feel good and you feel great. That's what we're doing now?
Okay.
And together we're all feeling better, right?
We're all feeling amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely, positively, every single day. You already know.
Shout out to everybody in the live.
Shout out to
On
everybody
Instagram.
in the live. Yes.
And on Twitch.
Hello, everybody. What are you whispering?
Yes, we did. We did go over a lineup. You just weren't listening. Actually, no, wait, did we?
No.
Did we go over like
No,
We did not.
I caught both y'all last year. Got them.
We
See
said
how
we-
quick they are to jump on my ass, yo? And Tariq go sit there and be like,
Oh my
no,
goodness.
yeah,
So
we
you
good.
gotta do that over then.
Nah, we good.
No,
What you mean?
You got to say the lineup
I don't
on
care.
today.
Ooh, you get to pick. It's Russian roulette. On you.
Alright. Listen, I already got lineup set up, so it's
No
y'all
cap.
are in for a treat because
No
I
cap.
wrote this shit down. Nah, but I'm really excited to show you guys today's drink because I feel like this is something that we've talked about for a little bit.
Yeah.
And green tea shots are fucking bomb. That's
Green
what
tea
I am
shots.
making today on the show. Green tea shots. Yes, green tea in a bitch. Yes, let's get it. You already know what's up, Ed. But let's get it. So you literally tune in like right at the perfect time too, because I'm about to show how to make the recipe. So let's get right into it, guys. I have my shaker. This is not really my shaker. This is Drew's shaker, but he's letting me borrow it. And-
It's the podcast shaker.
right, it's the
Whoa,
podcast
whoa,
shaker.
whoa. It's the podcast studio shaker.
There we go.
There we go.
Podcast
So you
studio
just gonna keep
shaker.
trying to one up me.
I mean, you had to put the podcast in at the studio part.
Right. Okay, anyway. So I've got some ice in here. I have just one large ice cube because these are shots. I don't really want them to like be diluted too much. Really just getting them chilled. And even then, like if all of your ingredients are cold, you don't even really have to do this part. You could just pour it right into your glass. But I like to do it just for, you know, like professionalism, I guess. But let's get right into it. So I'm doing half a shot of Jameson in the shaker, and this is literally equal parts of everything. So half ounce of Jameson, half ounce of peach schnapps, as well as half an ounce of sour mix. Now I made this sour mix. I mean, of course you can use something that's bought, but it's literally just equal parts simple syrup and then either lime juice or lemon juice. Or both, which I did both. So these little bottles hold 10 ounces. I did half of the bottle, so 5 ounces of simple syrup. So that's equal parts water and sugar boiled down. And then I did 5 ounces, half and half of lime juice and lemon juice. So I have that in my shaker. I'm just gonna put my top on and shake it a couple seconds. And then literally just pour it out right into my glass. And then I'm literally just going to top it off with about half an ounce as well of, ideally this would be lemon lime soda, so your Sprite or whatever brand, but I had tonic water at the crib, pretty much the same thing, really just for the bubbles and a little bit of that extra sweetness and like citrusiness, if you will. And that's your shot, guys. Green tea shots don't actually have any green tea in them. It's just the color that it gives. That that's why they're called green tea shots.
Happy birthday, Young Nas.
Happy
Cheers,
birthday.
y'all! Happy
Fresh
out of the
birthday,
week.
Young
Young
Nas.
Nas! Hey, let's get it. So good.
More.
More.
No, pour
Look at
out.
these alcoholics.
So
What's after? So Jameson,
That's
peach
what-
schnapps,
that's
sour
what I
mix,
was thinking.
and then like lemon lime soda. So like Sprite, or I'm using tonic water. It's basically the same thing. It literally is just like bubbles and a little bit of like citrusiness in the back.
Kayla, Nazir asked, is when you tap your glass on the table, is that a college thing?
You seen that? You seen that?
I did see that.
All
The
right.
little spirit
All right.
fingers.
Yeah.
The spirit. That's what I'm gonna call them. The spirit fingers.
Wow.
I'm dead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's just a thing, I guess.
We do it.
That we do. You're not cool enough like us.
Wow.
Nah, you went to what's it called, Maryland?
Yeah, when I was in Maryland, when I was in Baltimore.
Oh hell no.
They were all just. I'm just like straight.
Yeah, now they got to see that college life. That's why.
Right.
You like it?
Yeah, it was good.
You want to go?
Nigga, I am 20.
Because today we have all got our sponsors together, and we're gonna send you to college, Nas. That's what we do.
Ain't no
ladies
green
and
tea
gentlemen.
in that bitch,
That's
for
what
real.
we do. We send monkeys to the zoo.
That's my cue. He's leaving,
Shots,
y'all.
everyone. See you guys later.
Hi, Chelsea.
Bye.
I'm dead. It's like nah.
I just made some green tea shots for everybody. They're so good.
So are we not getting more shots?
No, Tariq, it was just one and done.
Ain't this about it? I don't know. Kayla.
He said, "What is this? What's going on here?"
Today. We got one shot.
Y'all are supposed to sip on it. Do you not know?
Bro, you
green
need to sip on it.
Green tea shot etiquette? Yeah, you sip on the shot because it's that good. It's
Yeah,
you gotta savor it.
Where's your etiquette?
Yeah, where's your etiquette?
Okay, I see 4 in the shot
I
glasses.
sipped
Okay.
mine
Nah, that shit
in
was
like 2 or 3 editions.
That-
She said she sipped it. She said.
I did sip it.
You
Yo,
have
yo,
more,
yo, what's good,
You
y'all?
have more tonic?
Yeah.
More than that?
No, just this.
Okay. We're gonna get some more shots going. Don't worry.
I mean, that's enough. I'm definitely gonna make some more shots, guys. There's still hella ice. I got so much ice. Like, don't worry.
Alright, good.
There's more shots, guys. There's more.
Alright.
Let's start the show. You feel me?
Alright.
Let's keep going with the show. So it was the drink. What'd you guys think? It was pretty bomb, huh? So I read somewhere too that you can basically do it in a cocktail, just like basically double or triple the sizes, and then literally just pour it over ice and stir it. Like, I mean, you could shake it too, but it's really, you could do it as like a cocktail.
I think I like it as a shot though.
Yeah, me too, because it's just like, it's different. It's just like a quick little, like, I mean, you could sip on it 2 little bits or whatever, but I don't know. It's
I'll
good.
definitely get lit off that shit though.
Hell yeah.
For real.
Imagine a whole pitcher full. Oh my god, dangerous. It's like
I
lemonade.
would do, yeah.
It's
that's-
like
Yeah.
dangerously good lemonade. For
Lemon
real.
lemonade.
Pictures of
Right,
green
for
tea.
real. Oh my god. But how was y'all's weekend? Talk to me. What's going on? What you guys do this weekend?
Drew.
What did you do, Drew?
What did I do this weekend?
Absolutely nothing, huh?
Seems like
I
nothing.
don't think I did
Sip.
anything
It's
actually.
a shot. She said
I
sip.
really don't think I did anything that amazing. This has been my down week before I start getting into work now because I start work next week.
Yeah.
Monday, this upcoming Monday, but yeah, pretty much like a bye week for me. You feel me? Like I was on my bye shit.
Yeah, you was at the show on Sunday.
My
everything.
BYE shit.
Okay.
Like, BYE shit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Damn, you really.
Oh, I took care of Cujo.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Scream a
Cujo.
little louder in my
where's-
ear. Why don't you?
Cujo.
Where's Josh at? Josh was.
He had work.
Working.
Oh yeah, because he got a good job.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I took care of Cujo. Yeah.
How was your weekend?
That, like, truthfully, nothing else comes to mind. I finished the Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm on to Fantastic Beasts. So don't be surprised if you see that.
Fantastic. That's on Peacock.
I'm
Fantastic.
pretty sure. Or it's on HBO Max.
Yo, you gotta watch The Sessions.
What is that on?
That's on HBO. Shows.
You watched Swarm, right? Swarm.
Swarm? No, I haven't.
Mm-mm.
It's on Amazon Prime.
I
All right.
You-
So
yeah.
we want to talk about weekends. Let's get into this little show real quick. All right.
Okay.
There's this show. No spoilers, but there's this show out. It's called Swarm, and it literally imitates Beyonce and the Beehive. You feel me? Like
Okay.
how her fans go hard for her and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So there's this character that's a Beyonce character. Her name is Nyjah. Crazed fan. Girl goes on a killing spree for this woman. Like literally doesn't even know that she exists. That's it. That's not no spoilers, no nothing. That's the gist of the whole thing.
Not really.
But you gotta like check it out. She's tapped, and Franklin Saint's in it.
Yeah.
Sounds real tapped.
And Chloe Bailey's in it.
Oh.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's really good.
Is all the episodes out or?
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
like I only got to episode 3 and I was like, all right, this shit is crazy. They had
You're like,
Billie
what the hell?
Eilish in it. Billie Eilish plays one of the cult leaders. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, but
That's not. What's the name of the show?
Swarm.
Swarm.
Yeah.
Chat, have y'all watched Swarm?
Swarm with Childish Gambino. Childish Gambino's in it.
Yo, who? Yeah, that's my shit. Stop there. Yeah, he made the show.
Yeah.
Ed's gotta come on the podcast because he'd have his shit lit. You
Okay.
guys are one of my friends, Edwin. I just met him. Let's say well, I want to say probably towards like the beginning of last month because I met him at one of the events that I worked with, Canon Management, and then I seen him again during weekend. And we like just chilled, continued to connect more and stuff. So, but he's dope.
You said what the hell?
I was looking at when she poured. I was like, wait, why each one got a little bit more than the other one?
What you
wanna
mean?
top it up
I don't
with
know.
something?
No, I was so looking at it. I'm like, all right, the first one
It's an
had.
optical illusion for him.
Yeah. I was like, dude, what the hell's going on
From his
here?
angle.
Right from
I was like, poor Kayla just trying to give herself more.
Right.
Oh no. But
How
yeah,
was
that
your
was,
weekend, Tariq?
my weekend was pretty good. New York, you know, with the kids and stuff like that. I left
What'd
Sunday.
you do for the class?
For the kids,
Yeah.
I did chocolate cupcakes with a cream cheese frosting. So what I did was I actually had to make them in an air fryer.
The darker one, right?
Did you have the darker one or the lighter one?
No, I think I
I had the lighter one. You had the darker one.
Okay.
Yo, before you fucking knock my thing on my hand with your elbows, keep your elbows to yourself.
Nah, he had it coming, bro. He had it coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
All he says is okay.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I did cupcakes this week, but I had to try it in the air fryer because again we don't have stoves and stuff like that. So I tested out at my house and on my air fryer first just to see how it came out. And it came out fine, so I was like, alright, I think it's gonna be doable. So what I did was basically I baked up like a bunch of cupcakes, and then I brought them to the school with me. And the kids was like, "Wait, what are we doing? Wait, why do you have those already? What's going on?" And like both classes was like really curious. It was like Tuesday's class was like guessing like what was wrong with the cupcakes and stuff. I'm like, no, guys, let me explain it for you. Hold on a second. So what I did was I baked the cupcakes off for Monday's class. Monday's class baked it off for Tuesday's class. Because, again, the classes are 40 minutes, so it's not going to be enough time for them to do the batter and then put the cupcakes in the air fryer and try it, and everyone get to try it. The air fryers aren't huge, so it only took like, what, like 8, 9 at max, but they were kind of squished even with those.
How
So
many air fryers do you use?
There's 3 of them, but I only use like 2 of them so far.
Oh, okay.
So, and again, there's not that much time, so I can't be like, oh, like, and literally, like, we finished, like, doing everything at, like, 1:50, so I'm like, guys, so here's the dilemma, and that's why I did it. This is why I baked them off early for you guys. We don't have that much time. The cupcakes are going to take 20 minutes in the air fryer because they're less powerful than ovens and stuff like that, so I had to bake them off for you guys. So that's basically what we did. That's what I did, basically. But Monday's class, I underestimated how the plan was gonna go, so I did I had them do the batter and the frosting at the same time, but I was kind of like all over the place, so I wasn't really teaching them properly. So Tuesday I slowed it down and did the batter first and like explained things like properly, and then once they started to scoop them in the tins, that's when I did the frosting. So it flowed a lot better Tuesday. And what I also did was I ordered silicone liners too, so it was easy for me to just take one and keep replacing them, keep changing them, and getting them done faster in the air fryer. So that definitely worked out, and it was pretty good. They did like them. The frosting, they said some of them liked it, some of them didn't.
What was it, like a ganache? What did you do?
No, I just did a cream cheese frosting. So I did cream cheese. I did put some sour cream in it. Some of them were like, they tasted the sour cream a lot. Tuesday, and then that was another reason why I messed up Monday, because they didn't taste it before they piped them onto the cupcakes. So Tuesday I was like, guys, you gotta try it first. So then they was like, oh, it needs more like sugar and stuff like that. So we added more sugar, fixed it up a little bit. So it was definitely a lot better. Tuesday class was a lot better just because I was more prepared for it. But overall, it was a good week. And for the show, what did I do for the show this
What
week?
did you do for the show this week?
We had
You guys had a new DJ on, right?
We had our DJ Hermo Beats, and that was my boy from high school. Shout out to Hermo Beats. We did poutine fries.
Yeah, poutine fries, yeah.
And we had Bernice come on and be a taste tester. If you guys know Bernice, she's just all over Rhode Island supporting everybody. So, again, here we go.
Nah,
You right next to me today, so I can like.
She knew what time it was.
I'm about to beat your ass, my guy.
I'm about to do
You
the
don't
same.
stop fucking with me.
Yo.
You getting it from both sides today.
I just want to let you know that this was a setup. I usually sit on the end.
Yeah.
But they put me in the middle to abuse me today.
We don't care.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah. We did poutine fries on the show this week. They came out pretty good. The gravy, I had it, and then I was like, let me thin it out a little bit, and then it was a little too thin, so it wasn't sitting right on the fries like I would liked. And then I had cheese curds, so I just used mozzarella balls. That part was fine, but they still said it was really good. It came out pretty good. What'd you think? It was good?
I mean, the gravy got good after we had that side conversation.
Side conversation.
Remember that conversation that we had?
You was like, I'm gonna beat you if you.
That it was thin?
No. Tell him what I said.
No, why don't you say it?
No, you remember what I said. Tell him.
Yeah,
What did I say?
you know, I'll tell them how I yoked you up against the fridge, alright?
Why you gotta go there though?
Oh.
Why are we going violent? Like,
Oh.
like, what's up with him? And are you good, bro?
Yeah, I was I'm trying to fucking find my grinder. I thought I brought it, but I didn't.
It's all good. It's all good.
Nah, but yeah, it was a good show this week.
Wait, but like you didn't tell me what you said, Drew.
Oh, his gravy was a little thin, so
Okay, that's.
I took him to the side and I was like, listen, like,
Chef, what are you doing?
Next time that gravy is that, then I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah, you really said that to Tariq.
Didn't I say that?
You said that
You
to
did, but,
Chef Tariq.
and then I grabbed him and yoked him up, and I was like, I
Yeah.
wish you would.
And then he was like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, Drew, you're getting too strong, bro. Just chill.
I
Yeah.
never said that. I said just because.
He's like, what are you pushing at the gym now? Like 400? I was like, shit, about like 350, 10 off. You feel me? 10 off. Jesus Christ, I need to go back to school.
Yeah, and this is why.
Yeah, you
This
do
is
not.
how
What are you even
you don't
saying?
even know that gym language no more.
What are you talking about? I lift.
Yeah.
Creatine.
I'm the seasoned lifter here. Ask Jose because he
Protein.
said that to me. He's like, you're a seasoned lifter now.
Protein
I was like, oh,
lifter.
bet. Say less.
Wow.
Protein. She probably is, but still, protein.
Wow. Kayla, a seasoned lifter. And
A seasoned
Drew was
lifter.
10 off, right?
Right.
I'm 10 off, bro. I'm 10 off.
Good.
Don't worry, when I come in here looking like Apollo Creed, don't say nothing.
Oh my God. Overnight off
Don't
them
say
roids,
that,
right?
Yo,
That's what you were saying?
I did see Creed this week too.
The third one?
Yeah, I seen Creed.
I seen it last night.
Somebody asked me if I had seen that
I
movie.
gotta watch the third one. Was it good? Worth it?
You didn't watch the third one?
No.
Yeah.
I just watched the second last night.
So it was good. Jonathan Majors, bro, as long as he beat his case, he's gonna be a star because he was killing it.
What's going on with that too? I know it's not like some
So-
entertainment podcast, but that shit's crazy.
So because I've been trying to keep up with it, see what's really going on and stuff. So I guess the new report now is I think it's gonna get dropped over because the person who said he hit her, she rescinded her statement and all the witnesses were like, no, like that didn't happen and stuff like that. So I don't know. This is just what I've seen. So
Crazy.
yeah. But yeah, his part was really good. Their daughter was like grown up, whatever. She was really good in like doing like the sign language and stuff.
Oh yeah, because of the mom's death, right?
Yep. Well, she's
The
not.
daughter came out deaf?
Yeah, her daughter came out
right.
deaf in the second in the movie.
Third one.
Everyone was good in it. I think the story, and once you got to the middle, the story was like, it wasn't really believable because it's not how it happens in boxing, really. So it's kind of like when you watch
How
it-
many years later is it? Is it like a couple years later?
I don't remember what year it was in the second one. So they do a flashback from in 2002 where him and Jonathan Major's character were like boys and stuff like that. And then that's when like everything's happened, things changed. And then they jump to like his final fight in South Africa. And that was like his Adonis' last fight and stuff like that. So it was a big thing. And then his boy gets out of jail and everything the movie like really starts to get into it. It was just where it was like, alright. And it was like, oh, they're heavyweight. The boxing, Jonathan Major character Fall was a heavyweight. I'm like, bro, first of all, you can see he's really not a heavyweight. He's smaller than John. He looked way smaller. And it was just like the whole plot of it was like, that's not real. You don't see that happen. Like,
I mean, shit. In the second one, when he was going against Ivan Drago's kid, he was fucking towering over Michael B. Jordan in that movie. I'm like, yo, there's no fucking way that he's gonna beat his ass.
But that was more height. But I'm just saying, even more just shape and stuff like that. Like
Jonathan Majors was on
if you guys seen like his like the pictures and stuff like that, like he looks big because he worked out for like mad movies at the same time. But it was
The
like
Harder They Fall, best movie out by that man, bro.
But it was like I was like, alright, the storyline was kind of. The storyline was kind of iffy, but I mean everything else was like pretty good, so it wasn't a bad movie in my opinion. So.
Alright, thanks for spoiling it for us.
I didn't spoil it at all.
I didn't spoil it. I'm fucking with you.
First of all, the movie's been out for like a month now. So.
I've been going to the fucking movies.
If I want to spoil it, I really can.
That movie's been out in the movie theaters for a minute now, bro. Yeah. Like, I still need to go see that shit.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my weekend. Kayla?
Nice. My weekend was good too. I was really busy all weekend. Saturday, I was able to get booked a little photo shoot for the new catering menu that I'm doing for Liquid Gold. And then Sunday, I ended up working a Canna show at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut.
All right. Talk your shit.
Yeah, that was really interesting because like it was really small. I mean, granted, like the Connecticut cannabis industry is still very like small and like up and coming.
Brand new, right?
Yeah, it's brand new basically. They really just legalized their rec sales as well, just like Rhode Island. But there's a lot of potential, and I met some really cool people. I actually met this guy. He's the first Mexican like owner of a CBD shop in Connecticut. So that was really cool to be able to meet him and stuff. We're trying to plan for me to go out there and like check out the shop and just like chop it up a little bit more, like get that connection, kind of see how we can help each other grow. But I'm really excited, honestly, for the next couple months coming up. I had my weekly meeting with Canna Management today, and that was awesome. These ladies are dope. They just bought a couple of packs of cookies from me earlier this week. We're basically going to start doing that as a marketing tactic. So to get into dispensaries where we don't really have much of a connection in is going in, kind of introducing ourselves, introducing the company, what we do, giving them a little baggie with like the little sleeve of cookies, marketing material and stuff like that, so that they know of us, they know who we are, and just getting the word out there about everything that we are doing. In earlier's meeting there were during the meeting earlier, we basically already went through like all of the events that we're gonna have in April, May, and June, basically booked up already. So we just continue to keep adding things on. I'm really excited because I'm gonna be doing the first catering event with them next week. So that menu that I was testing out last week, I'll be presenting that next week. So anybody that pulls up to that event, they'll see my products there, and yeah, just continuing to grow from it and getting more connections and stuff. So it's really, really interesting. I'm really excited for that photo shoot on Saturday to get that content back, because Reed just does an amazing job always. Like his shit is always super creative, just super different outside of the box, and it really aligns with kind of what I'm trying to present with my product. So it's really awesome to be able to find people that you can connect with on that level, that understand what your passion is, understand your vision behind it, and are able to represent that in their own way. So that was basically like my weekend in a nutshell, but just really good overall, really productive, really Yeah, really exciting. It's starting to get nicer out. The days are really, really nice out.
Ta-da!
It's beautiful outside. Although it's still kind of a little fake nice because like it'd be nice as fuck outside, but it's still a little windy. Yeah. You still feel that like chilly breeze, but it's getting there. Like if you stand in the sun, you feel the warmth. So feels good.
Yeah, yo, one day it was like nice out. Well, like,
Yeah.
I'm driving to the school and stuff. I'm like, damn, it's a nice day. Bro, I like get out of class. I said, oh, it's getting dark. I like just get to where I was supposed to go and it started pouring. I was like, dang. I just beat it.
Right. But yeah, Monday, I was literally in the kitchen all day Monday, like mixing and baking cookies. It was a lot of cookies that I had to make, but they're so good. I got a battle wound, as always. Nothing new. But yeah, that was basically my weekend.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy, but definitely very chill, very productive. Like even like I be trying to have days where it's just like me to myself, but I still find that I'm like doing something for work. Like for myself, you know.
Exactly.
Because I feel like that's ideally what work should be. It's just like you waking up and doing having fun with what you're doing and making money off of it.
Yeah.
Dead ass.
Work.
But yeah, so that was my weekend. I'm glad to hear that you guys' weekend went really well too. That always makes me feel good. So Tariq, tell me what we got for a word of the day today.
All right. Well, Kayla, you're gonna love this one.
Yeah.
The word of the day, ladies and gentlemen, today is the creaming method. And this is the second baking word of the day we've done so far.
Yeah, what was the first again?
Gluten. Drew, what's gluten?
Shut up. Are we gonna take these shots?
Yes.
Oh, I've been taking mine.
Yeah, Kayla's sipping.
I sip on my shot. Cheers.
You just took it off.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah. So the word creaming method, today's word of the day. And this is because we did the cupcakes today. Not this today, but this week in class or whatever. So basically, the creaming method is a technique for mixing your batters and doughs, mainly mixing softened fats and sugars. When we say softened fats, normally it's butter or shortening, but mixing them together.
Could also be coconut oil.
Coconut oil as well. Mixing your fats and sugar together to aerate and help your batters and doughs come together properly, help rise. And then you would normally add your eggs in right after and just continue to whisk. Examples of the creaming method is basically cookies. You would normally do this in cupcakes, brownies, some cakes, some breads, pound cake, butter cake, coffee cakes, things like that. And it basically helps your batters and your doughs, increase what?
Nothing.
She ain't gonna get my ass yelled at. Cause every time Tariq talking, you be waiting for us to start talking. She start whispering. I said, not today.
I was like, fuck, I'm having a dilemma.
What happened?
No, because, okay, so I wanted to bring my grinder because I wanted to pack a cone and then, like cover it with distillate and then use my keef.
Do you need a grinder?
Well, I needed my keef in my grinder, but I don't have it because that's what I wanted to roll. But I'm just going to have to roll some paper because I don't have it.
Anyway.
She's so rude, right?
I'm fucking with you.
But yeah, and basically, the creaming method basically helps like batters increase in volume and stuff like that too. That's basically everything I had, and also I was gonna throw to Kayla because she's more the expert on it.
Okay.
If there's anything I left out or didn't say, she's always the one that can help.
Creaming method is good when you're making coffee cake. That shit is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is that the only thing you got out of that? But
right.
You're actually saying.
Yeah, like I remember when we used to be in FCCLA, like the kind of thing that you do.
Yeah, like
right
skills.
Now for the kids. For the kids. So and our first time was making the coffee cake, and she taught us shout out Miss Dovey, by the way. She taught us the creaming method and everything like that. And that shit was spot on. Now I'm thinking, I got the pans and shit. I'm about to make me some coffee cake.
Yeah.
Are you good at that?
Making coffee cake?
You're like phenomenal. I've never had your coffee cake though. I don't think so.
We haven't had a lot of Kayla's desserts.
Look at her.
This is
What is
true.
it? Her
Oh my god, it's so crazy.
Her apple tarts that she said.
The apple pie bars.
Apple pie bars. You guys never had? No, we never had.
You ever do like peanut butter and jelly bars?
No, but that sounds fire.
You've never done it, bro?
No, I've never done
Them
it
shits
before.
are fucking.
I will fuck that shit up.
But you gotta do it with like strawberry rhubarb jam.
Okay. How about mixed berry jam?
You don't like strawberry rhubarb?
I mean, I like strawberry rhubarb, but I always love me some mixed berry.
More than strawberry rhubarb.
Yeah, I like
So
the
then
acidity.
why even let me why open up the window for me to suggest
I
strawberry
mean,
rhubarb and
I
then
didn't. You
you just
threw
totally
yourself
just
in there.
ransacked that shit. You were just like, yes, like mixed berry.
I mean, get me some strawberries and rhubarb, and maybe, just maybe.
Yo, actually, I was thinking about this. So I'm gonna order a camcorder, right? And I wanted to do vlogs of us, but I had an idea, especially during fall, when we go like apple picking, pumpkin picking, like things like that.
Yeah.
Take vlogs of it and like take the ingredients that we picked, come home, like make a meal. Everybody
That's
sits down, yeah. We get the BTS of it and like just family friendly things. No? Fuck you
Yeah.
guys.
Well, first of all,
I hate when I have an idea.
Mr. Krabs,
Well,
I
you
have
know.
an idea.
but you can say that you're gonna get the camcorder for a while anyway. So
Yeah,
that's
okay.
okay. And you gotta get it for when you go to
I gotta
Rolling
get it
Loud.
for the Rolling.
Yeah, you do.
Rolling
have to
Loud
get
is
it
gonna
for
be the.
Rolling
Oh, mind you, everybody! Shout out to everybody. The Mixing Pop podcast is officially going to Rolling Loud. We are doing the takeover. I thought they were a bunch of bullshitters, but they actually came through.
Hold on.
Once for me
Hold on.
in my fucking
Hold on.
life. Out of all the years that I've known them, thank you guys. From the bottom of my heart, it really
Hold on,
means
hold on.
something to me
Hold on, Kayla.
to know that all you guys are coming to this special event.
Kayla, are you coming to Rolling Loud with us?
Coming to
Yeah.
Rolling Loud.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He literally
I
asked
asked
me
it.
when I
Okay.
came in.
He's
I
a little
asked her.
skeptical, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, cause I would deadass. Last time we talked about it, we were like, yeah, like we out to Rolling Loud, cause he was like, yeah, I caught my ticket and everything, and then you were like, and I was like, I don't think she gonna. I don't think she
You
gonna.
say we can send it.
That's why I asked you though when you
No,
came in,
I know.
and I was like, yeah, and then she was just like, what, bitch? I'm going, nigga, like, that's on the side.
We just gotta figure out
That's
what
on
we're
the-
doing for.
yeah, that's
As
on
long
the
as
side.
like I got someplace to stay and I know like.
Oh, yeah, well,
Bro, first
Yeah,
off,
here, baby.
you know that Dora would not let us live it down if we did not have a place to stay when we went down to Miami.
Well, of course.
Your mother would not allow that.
I wouldn't
Kathy
even
would
go
not allow
out
that.
there.
Yeah. we went-
Steve would not allow that.
I would.
I mean, I can stay on the streets of Miami and suffice.
No, you can't.
I'm a survivor.
No, you're not gonna do
If
that.
you
Why would
if you
none
put
of
me
us
in that
would do
series Survivor, I definitely would have got like 5th place.
None of us would do that.
I definitely would have got like
Let's
6th.
Well,
Let's be
I would
real.
have got like 6.
Let's be real.
well, let's just.
Amazing Race though, if I have a partner, we're definitely getting like 7th.
We
We're
win.
definitely getting like
We're
7th.
winning. Nigga.
Amazing
What?
Race, like
That was my show.
I know, right? Back me up again, because you know about that show.
No, we're gonna roll it out. No, but Kayla, I actually had 2 questions for you about the creaming method.
Creaming method, yeah.
The first one is, have you ever done it by hand?
Yeah. That's honestly how I started doing
The
it.
original,
Yeah.
right?
When we were in high school, Chef Hitzman, when she was first introducing us and teaching us the creaming method, she had us do that shit by hand with the bowl and a spatula. Yeah, like until it was light and fluffy, and then once we understood that concept of what the creaming method actually was, because we had to put our physical labor into creating this product that was smooth and creamy and aerated enough, then we could move on to the mixers, because the mixers just did it so much faster for us than obviously, you know what I mean?
So they wanted you to understand the technique before you just implement it.
Started to go about it. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Which is very important, and that's honestly why I'm so grateful that I did get the opportunity to go to a career and technical high school, because that first year because we had a bunch of different shops all together, our freshman year we took maybe like 10 days in every single shop. And that was until 3rd quarter, and then I believe towards the end of 3rd quarter we had to make our decision about our top 3 choices, we had to write a letter to our guidance counselor, and then they assigned us which shop we were in. And then that last quarter, we spent it in our respective shops, getting to know each other, getting to know our instructors, and then getting to learn the material as well. And a lot of it was mostly the book stuff, the book aspects of it, like getting our certifications, making sure that we understood about food safety and about food hazards, like kitchen, just terminology in regards to being able to work with each other and communicating with each other certain terms. And then we kind of started to get into the kitchen a little bit for a few projects right as we were about to leave. And then when we came in sophomore year, we jumped right into the kitchen. And we split up into our teams and we started doing what we had to do in the kitchen, actually doing more of the hands-on, as well also having theory. But that would be like the last period of the day, or like the last hour of the day. Or I remember even when we got to like junior and senior year, I think it was like the way our schedule would be like the first 2 days we would be in the classroom doing whatever like book work that we had to do, and then we'd be in that kitchen for the rest of the days working on the project that we're learning about, right, if you will. But that's basically kind of how I started. And I learned about the creaming method as like one of the first things. But even then, granted, like I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and I was telling them about how, because they asked me if my parents were the ones who taught me. And I was like, yeah, they did teach me some, but I remember being really young. And I mean, our generation is very lucky that we have the technology that we have now, because like it really was just starting to come out when we were kids, when we were growing up. And I hopped on that shit right away. And I remember like YouTube University, like I remember being a little ass kid, like even before I could really go into the kitchen and start implementing what I wanted to do, like I would just watch videos on how to do that, on like how to bake, on how to like do different cooking techniques and stuff. So it's like I already had that mental connection with it, and I literally just had to wait until I was old enough to be able to start implementing it in real life.
Bro, I'm glad you was doing that shit, because back then when YouTube first dropped, I was looking at fucking telekinesis.
I mean, don't get me wrong,
like how to activate your telekinesis.
Facts though, no, but facts. Those were you'd get into like a deep rabbit hole on YouTube sometimes, and you'd be like, holy shit, how did I get here? Yo, oh my god.
Yeah.
But
that's good because I actually was doing the cream method in bowls with the kids this week too. I only use my mixer for the frosting, so basically show them like, all right, you gotta like whip it, like make sure everything is incorporated properly. So, and then the second question I had was, and then one of the teachers brought this up to me yesterday. She was like, have I ever used cream of tartar in like my batters and stuff? I'm like, I've never used it. And she was like, oh, like it helps like your doughs rise and your batters rise, like when she's done and stuff like that. So I want to see. I want to see if it was true, and I want to see if you use them at all.
Well, I definitely use cream of tartar. It's interesting in the way that she's using it, I guess, because
that's not what does.
I mean, that would be like your baking powder or your baking soda. Is to like especially like. I like to think about those two baking chemicals as like baking powder is to make things puff. Baking soda is to make things spread. So like for example in a cookie recipe, if I'm mixing cookies, if my recipe calls for both baking powder and baking soda, and I, for example, like mess up and I add in more baking soda than I need, I know my cookie is going, like when it comes out super spread out, I know it's because I put in too much baking soda. You know what I mean? And vice versa with baking powder, it's usually like if you have a recipe for muffins and you see that it uses baking powder only and not baking soda, is because it needs that that chemical leavener to help puff it up and help rise and give the muffins that little top.
You put too much, the dishes is gonna
overflow. Yeah, exactly. Or or not enough, then like they won't rise enough and they'll kind of collapse a little bit. But I mean, it's crazy because like cream of tartar mostly is used like whenever I've used it when I'm whipping egg whites. It helps stabilize a meringue when you're whipping egg whites because you're incorporating so much air into this product. I also use it in my sugar cookie dough recipe because it kind of ends up like it gives you more of like that crumbly like short texture, if you
Shortbread.
will. Yeah, as in shortbread. Yeah. So it kind of helps like break it apart a little bit more. But I've never necessarily used cream of tartar
and
like a
muffins or cupcakes.
Yeah.
Agar.
Okay.
This is the Mixing Pot podcast.
Shit. No. Do you know what agar is?
I remember using it in the kitchen.
What did you use it in?
Totally forgot. I don't even know.
Was it like a gelée or something?
Apple gel we were doing for a dessert.
So yep, a gelée.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
And then,
Something that's gel.
And then we use a lot of glucose. Well, what was it? It wasn't glucose. It was the glucose. It's literally like clear.
Yeah, glucose.
But we used it for toasting walnuts.
Glucose for
So we
toasting
candied,
walnuts.
yeah, we
Okay, for
candied the
candied
walnuts. So we would put some glucose, agave, and then
you'd make like a syrup out of it, if you will, and then you coat all the nuts
and then pop them in the oven.
bake them.
The bitches will come out fire.
Real
too,
extra crispy,
oh
right?
Oh my god, and coated all around.
Oh my god.
Oh
My god.
That's interesting.
Peanuts and stuff like that.
You don't eat nuts, Drew?
I don't eat peanuts and stuff like that. So like.
Drew doesn't eat nuts.
That's interesting. And I was gonna.
That's interesting that she said that though.
Yeah.
Because I'm
I'm
curious what her baking
agar.
is coming out like. With the cream of tartar.
Shitty.
Do you know what agar is though? No, it's basically a jellification agent. Like it's used to gel things. Like similar, like if you would use gelatin, it's used as a gelatin substitute because it's vegan. It comes from seaweed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's plant based. I'm actually using that in one of the desserts on my catering menu because I wanted to make like a vegan dessert option. So.
See, like, even though we know, like, savory and stuff like that, and we know all the cooking techniques and shit, you can throw anything at us, we know how to do it. It's the more scientific stuff that's behind baking and pastry, and people think it's so fucking easy to just put one and one together and throw it in a bowl and fucking make it into a batter and then pour it into a tray and pop in the oven, but no, it's fucking not. That shit needs to be precise. When you are measuring shit, you have to make sure that is the precise amount, because if you fuck up in baking, there is no going back.
That's why I don't like to use. I'd rather weigh all of my ingredients. I don't like to measure things out with like measuring cups, whether it's dry or liquid, because it can vary. Like from like one person can pack 1 cup up more tightly than somebody else with the same ingredient. Where it's like if you weigh all of your ingredients, if you invest in a scale, I'm telling you it's gonna be the best, like the most game-changing thing in your baking, because all of your ingredients will be super on point, and it's really like one of the most foolproof ways to make sure that you get a good recipe, like a good final product.
I was telling one of those student workers that like a while ago, and it was like. They was like, oh, you don't bake? I'm like, nah, I don't bake. Like, it's a lot harder. Like, I don't, like, it's more precise and stuff like that. She's like, what? No, it's not. Like, you can just throw it in. I'm like, no, you do not just throw it in. She's like, yeah, I'm like, this person does it all the time, and it comes out so good. I'm like,
Right.
You do not throw in your ingredients like it's a savory dish. In baking, you need to make sure it is correct, because it could come out wrong, and you gotta start all over.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like you can add in things at the end or take things out in a savory dish, but you literally, you can't take flour out of a cake once it's baked already. What the fuck you mean? Like, that makes no sense.
No, Keyla, I was also gonna ask you, do you remember sophomore year when they asked us to pick a side, like, for, like, good, and I was like, we was the first class to do it. Yeah. And it was like, yo, you gotta pick baking and culinary. Did you struggle like picking what side you wanted to be
on? I definitely did, because I knew I loved pastry, like, and it's something that I had really been pursuing that since I was really little. Like, that's really what I focused like most of my studies on. But the culinary world always intrigued me a lot, and I even almost wanted to go more towards that route because I didn't know anything about it. So I was like, all right, I know a little bit about pastry already, like. Savory is something that I completely know nothing about, and I could learn so much about, right? But I ended up going with pastry just because like my heart was just like, that's what it was in, and But I mean, I don't regret it because either way, I still got some savory experience, of course. I mean, just overall hospitality experience, especially too because I proved to them, I showed to like our instructors that I wanted to learn. You know what I mean? So they gave me the opportunities to be everywhere. And it was the same thing after I graduated college, where in college we had a very strict curriculum. You know, I was baking and pastry, all of my classes were baking and pastry except that one 3-week class on savory, which is fucking ridiculous to me. But anyway, after that, when I graduated and I started working full time, I proved to my employer, I showed them, I expressed the fact that I really wanted to learn all of the different aspects of what it took to run a kitchen and run a hospitality food service establishment, and they gave me the opportunity to learn that. So now as a professional in the industry, I'm able to, you know, I have that very meticulous, detailed approach to everything because I am a baking and pastry arts major, and that's like my scientific brain kind of applying that to everything in my life. But I'm also very lenient and flexible, as sometimes I tend to be in a little bit more creative when my savory side comes out. So I apply that to like my projects in a specific way, but then also understanding like front of the house and how to run front of the house in the bigger picture of hospitality and whole. And I'm able to apply that now towards my event management and, you know, all of these other projects that I have going on, and I'm able to give a better input to the things that I'm doing and that I'm working on now because I have more of that well-roundedness.
Yep. Yeah. No, I struggled with like which side I wanted to pick, and then it was like I like when we find out like submitting and stuff like that. I basically was like, look, I would rather do culinary than baking. More, and this is more for me because I didn't have the patience for baking. Because the weeks I was on the baking side, it was days I was just struggling with like doing everything correctly. Like I said, it's got to be really precise. Like we've been saying it, you know, as we've been doing the podcast and the show and stuff. But it's like if it's not done right, then it's like you got to start over. Like you can't take things out, like we said today and stuff. So it was like. I was like, I'll do.
So wait, I'm confused. They gave you guys
what we did was basically, so normally they would do like, all right, like sophomore, junior year, you would do both sides and switch, and then it was like senior year, that's when you picked what side you wanted to do. What they did was,
so you guys got to experience both sides.
Yes, you have to do baking and culinary. But what they did when we were sophomores, they was like, we're gonna start that process earlier, so kids can really start to hone in on whatever they really want to do.
Mm-hmm. That specific side.
Exactly. So it was like you guys have until this day, whatever, to pick culinary or baking. So everyone literally had to like write out and like literally had to write like a paper and like why you want to be on that side and stuff like that.
That's crazy. And y'all had all 4 years of vocational school, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I only had 3. But.
I had all 4.
No.
So I didn't get the freshman experience of going through each shop anyway. But again, I already knew what I wanted to do, so honestly, it was fine for me. I didn't really need to go through all of them.
Yeah, in Jersey, you had to be a junior to go to vocational school.
Really?
Yeah, so we didn't get there until junior year, senior year.
Yeah, that's kind of trash, honestly.
Nah, it was actually pretty fun. I mean, like, you would go to high school for half a day, and then you would go to your vocational school. That was our junior year. It would be like that, and then senior year you would go to vocational school in the morning, and then you would go to your home school. But like those days where they had like special events or like banquets or something like that, and your chef would come up to you and you'd be like, yo, like, do you want to stay the full day? Like, I'll sign you out. And I'll be like, yeah, bitch, sign that slip.
Like, hell yeah, fuck
I'm
you.
staying here. I am not going back to Heightstown. Fuck that shit. But yeah.
Yeah, but that's the word of the day, ladies and gentlemen.
Word. I like that. I like that a lot. I feel like it's a very basic technique, especially if you're interested in baking and pastry arts and you really want to get into it a little bit more, or at least even just start practicing it at home. Wow, I'm a fucking asshole. Look, I just ripped the whole cone.
Yeah, who's next?
I'm horrible. No, but what I was trying to say was I think it's super important to understand that concept because, I mean, it does go a long way. A lot, the majority of the, like, not the majority of recipes, but I feel like it's a huge chunk of what pastry is that's the base. Whereas, like, you know how we've talked about, like, mirepoix before. Yeah. Like, I would say, like, the creaming method is equal to what mirepoix would be in a savory application because it's used as a base. Like if your base is not correct, your final product is not going to come out correct. So it's like if you don't add in enough air, if you don't incorporate enough air during that process while you're creaming your butter and your sugar together, and if you don't mix in your eggs properly and scrape down your bowl after every addition and add all of them in and really create that fluffy consistency, then your final product is not going to come out as fluffy and soft and tender as it should be. You know, it's going to be like super tough and dense, and it's not going to rise as much too. So definitely very important. I love it. I do it all the time. And I mentioned coconut oil too because it's like now that I'm getting more into that alternative baking, I started using ingredients like coconut oil to start being able to create like vegan recipes because you can use it as a vegan substitution for fat, but it's gonna give you like a similar final product. Yeah.
No bullshit. After you do the creaming method, I can deadass eat that.
But you do have to especially with something like coconut oil, like when you're, and again that's the other thing. It is so scientific because butter acts in a very specific way when you're baking something as in compared to coconut oil. Butter has fat and milk solids in it. So the fat obviously the milk solids are gonna brown a lot quicker. So if you're using something only like coconut oil only in a recipe, like you might not get as much of a golden color on it, right? Or for example, say because it doesn't have those milk solids in it, it doesn't have as much moisture as using butter. So if because I was kind of figuring this out the other day when I was messing around with one of my recipes, and I'm like, all right, how can I create this recipe that uses only coconut oil instead of all butter? And I started doing some research, and I'm like, all right, I'll have to basically have to substitute my butter for a certain portion of coconut oil, but then I'll have to increase a little bit of the milk. Or I'm using a plant milk to make it vegan, but just to be able to add that moisture and add a little bit of that extra content to it. But yeah, I don't know. There was somebody that, it's funny that you said that you could just eat that shit. Because there was somebody that I went to college with that she would just eat the creaming method. Like she would literally be like, I love the creaming method. And she would just eat it.
I would eat that shit in class.
Butter and sugar, bro.
That shit is good.
It's literally just fat and sugar.
Fat and sugar, bro. That's
literally
anything we fucking eat.
Literally.
We just getting it in the most natural form.
Not the most natural form. I'm dead. Anyway, talk about natural forms and things that happen in nature and current events.
Oh, that's me. Yes.
That's Little John.
Did she just ask? Is that Lil John?
It's you, Lil John.
How many times have you been in command of this roadcaster on this show? And you still don't know that
you know that I smoke weed.
I like that. That's not a sense.
That's not a good excuse.
Nah, for me that's a good.
That's a very valid excuse.
That's a valid excuse.
The pictures on your phone.
Fuck is you talking about?
The pictures in the group
do
chat.
I have my phone out in the open right now? Am I looking at my phone?
You have two
no.
phones. You have two
I got
phones.
2 phones. One for the.
I'm screaming. Okay. Thank you. I was not expecting that.
Tariq, I am not rude, okay? I'm not just on my phone over here. I'm trying to actually engage in my podcast, okay? The fuck?
I mean,
So you had to put that filter in there? that's what you've been doing this whole time?
Yeah, she has.
That's
Yeah, she has.
So I'm thinking you're about to roll a totally different joint. And I'm sitting here, I saw the one you had rolled already, and I'm like, she got this big ass joint. Why is she worried about rolling another one? And now, come to find out, you just been trying to shove this little ass fucking filter in the end. Okay. Alright. Anyway.
Listen, let me be, okay? I'm trying to make something work, because I know, listen, I'm trying to, tailor to you, because I know you like to smoke with tips in your joint. So, shit, if it was for me, I would have just lit this shit already. But I'm trying to do something nice for you for once.
Oh, now, because I call her out, now she's going to make an excuse. Yeah, man.
No, but I'm serious.
Exactly, shit.
Listen.
Anyway, talking to Kayla about this. By the way, thank you, Lil John. We didn't even thank him right.
I think you
Yeah.
did, but we were just in
Oh,
the
yeah,
middle
we
of
did
like
thank
arguing how she didn't know what button was. That's all.
Oh, okay, no problem. Thank you, Lil John, once again. Yeah, so I was just on the internet and I came across this TikTok, I would say, and it was this father backpacking through Japan with his daughter. I think she was all of 6 or 7 years old. But anyway, they were sitting on the train and the father was narrating the whole entire TikTok. And he was talking about how they seen this little girl across the train from them sitting with this elderly woman, and she was talking with her and everything, and they had assumed that this was this woman's child or something. So then the stop comes up, the little girl gets up and gets off the train with no like parental guidance, no guardian around her or anything like that. And the dad that was watching this little girl thought that was like really strange because he wouldn't ever let his child in America just walk off on the subway, much less like anywhere in public.
Travel alone.
Yeah, exactly. So, as he's making his way through Japan, he starts witnessing like a bunch of these little kids unaccompanied, literally unaccompanied minors. Shout out to that movie, by the way. I don't know if y'all know about that movie. Unaccompanied Minors is a classic. Look it up on your spare time. We don't have time to talk about it, but yeah. So these little kids were just all unaccompanied throughout Japan and stuff, and the dad really was like, "Yo, like, what is going on? All these little kids by themselves and stuff."
Mm-hmm.
So he met up with his tour guide. He asked him what was up, and come to find out, Japan really cares about their children. Really cares about their children, and they make it a well-known collective amongst all of the citizens to take care of children. And we were actually looking into it, and they were talking about whenever you're sending your child out in Japan, if they are a child that needs extra assistance, whether it is crossing the street or like just getting help in any way, shape, or form by any stranger, you would put a yellow hat on this child. And yeah, like Japan just isn't about kidnapping and shooting up schools, pretty much. And
basically,
the reason why I'm talking about this right now is because why can't we adopt something like that? Like, I'm tired of turning on the news and hearing another school shooting.
Like Nashville.
Like Nashville, and that shit was crazy, bro.
That shit was fucking nuts, bro.
You know what's kind of crazy? While you were saying, like, explaining it to us again, like right now and stuff, I'm thinking like, bro, these kids are like, you said like 6 years old, like, they're on the train and stuff. First of all, these kids are remembering like the train stops and stuff like that. Like, I wasn't doing that until, well, I would remember things, but I mean, I was a special kid. But not every kid is doing that. Like, these are all these kids in Japan that are like remembering train stops. Remember they gotta do this or do that and stuff like that. And it's like, damn, like their like system is a lot different.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's definitely different because at 6 years old, I was.
It's not the things that we're paying attention to or like that we're being taught.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
You want to know what I did at 6 years old? You want to know?
You played you watched Power Rangers.
Not even. No. Okay, quick story. So, I had a babysitter, right? And sometimes my mom would let me go take the bus home by myself, but that was only when she was about to be home at the same time. So anyway, there was this one week where my mom was like, yo, like, you're gonna go home with the babysitter's kids. So we go to the school that morning. She gets me a bus pass to get on this other bus with my babysitter's kids. And I was gonna go home, go to my babysitter's house, and my mom was gonna pick me up. That was that. Boom. Y'all know me. Y'all know me.
Something happened. What happened?
Something happened.
What happened?
So me, 6-year-old me, got on the original bus.
You got on the wrong bus.
I got on my right bus.
Yeah,
I got on my
supposed to take.
Yeah, but not on the bus that I was supposed to take with my babysitter's children, right?
I feel like I know this story.
I told you this story. This is a true fucking story, no bullshit. I should have been a missing kid till this fucking day, mind you. So, I got off the bus, right? Get in the cul-de-sac. I don't got the keys to the house. I'm locked out type shit. But when I'm in the car with my mom and she's always picking me up from the babysitter's house, it don't look that far from where she going to where we coming from. You feel me? So I'ma walk.
I'm gonna walk back to the crib.
I'm gonna walk to my babysitter's house.
So at this point, you're at
6
your
years
house.
old. I'm at my house.
You ended up getting to your house, but you're supposed to be at your babysitter's
I'm supposed to be at the babysitter's house. And as a black child, when you are not supposed to be when you are not where you're supposed to be, the only concern in your head is my mom's gonna whoop my ass.
Right. I need to get to where I need to be.
Everything in my power to get to where I need to be, so I don't have a whooped ass, right? So get this. I start walking on the side of this busy highway. First grade, bro. First fucking grade. Ninja Turtle backpack.
Oh my god.
Walking on the side of the road. Cars laying on the horn. Like, yo, what the fuck? Like, just going. I'm like, yo, what's going on?
Right.
But I'm still on my journey. Like, I'm like, nah, I gotta get to my babysitter's crib. Bro, I remember, no bullshit, this fucking 18-wheeler pulling the fuck over, bro. Literally got out of the car, this big ass white dude, and he comes walking up to me, and I was shook, bro.
And you were on the highway?
I'm on the highway, like, not even on the, like, highway, but, like, on a busy ass road, you know what I mean? Like, there's no sidewalk, no nothing. I'm walking on, like, the side of the grass and the woods and shit. Like, it's busy. So, like, this nigga pulls over and gets out, and he walks up to me, and I'm shook because I watched him.
Now, you watched him pull up in front of you?
No. So alright. Cars are coming this way. Mm-hmm. I'm walking this way. Mm-hmm. Cars are honking. I'm walking. Cars are honking.
Oh, okay, so you're walking on the opposite side of the road.
He honks, he's honking, pulls the truck over, like literally, and then he gets out, crosses the street, is walking up on me. So now I'm shook, because I seen Home Alone, nigga. Like, I don't do stranger danger shit. Like, now I mean, like, so now I'm shook, but I'm a little ass kid, so what am I gonna do? So I start backing up from this motherfucker, right? And he's like, where are you going? Like, what are you doing on the side of the road? This, that, the other. Wasn't talking to this man at all, because they told me stranger danger, don't talk to strangers. Didn't know this man from a hole in the wall, so fuck you, I don't know shit, bro.
That ass though.
So, literally, bro, you remember back in the day when we had our fucking labels on our backpacks and shit, right?
Yeah.
The little slips. So he looked on my backpack and shit. He's like, you're gonna get in the truck with me. Bro.
Yeah, right.
My nigga. Tell me why I got in the truck. I got in the truck. I got in the truck. I literally got in the truck. So, when I got in the truck, right, I was shook. I was like, please let this man pull up to my house. Please let him pull up to my house. He pulls up to the crib, right? First thing I do, I get out of the car. I run. I had 2 next door neighbors, and they had to be about like in elementary school type shit, like 5th grade, about to go to 6th grade. Their names were Adam and Eric. And I ran over there, and I was like, there's this man, he tried to take me, da da da. I'm just crying, like screaming. They look at me, because I'm saying, yo, this man tried to take me, and I'm just hopping out this 18-wheeler.
Right.
So they go running inside. They get their parents, right? Parents come out. So then I'm shook. I'm behind this white family. Like, the man's sitting there saying, yo, the kid was lost, this, that, the other. They're like, this is our neighbor's kid, this, that, the other. Boom. Police come. Police pull into the cul-de-sac. Boom. Then Tammy, my babysitter, pull into the cul-de-sac. Then boom, my mom bro. I had this cul-de-sac lit up, bro. Like, literally, yo, like.
Only you, Drew.
Oh my god, I'll never forget this shit. Anyway, long story short, my mom ends up cursing out my babysitter, even though it was truthfully my fault.
Her fault.
It was my fault. And then I ended up getting my ass beat. And, yeah.
So you did all of that to try and prevent getting your ass beat, and you still got your ass beat. You should have just stayed your ass at the crib.
What was I gonna do though? Sit on the stoop and wait hours and hours until? But when you're 6 years old, you don't have that. You don't have that like.
You don't think that
those context clues. Yeah, like to think, oh, if I'll sit here, I know someone will look for me and come over here.
Right.
Like I just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna walk, risk my life as a 6-year-old child walking on this busy ass road. Hopefully nobody hits my little ass. Hopefully.
Hopefully I survive.
And hopefully nobody snatches me.
Like, you know what's crazy? Because I have a similar story to that. So, when I was in 3rd grade. In elementary, I didn't like missing school at all.
Mhm.
Like I wanted to be at school and learning. Like so, and like if we missed the bus, like
Very.
if me and Isaiah missed the bus, like my mom had like call the school department, try to get another bus, and it'd take forever. Like I wasn't here for that. So one day it's just like a blizzard, and it's like a full blizzard out right now. So we missed the bus, and instead of us going back home, I literally dragged Isaiah to school. Like we literally walk to school, just like you said. Like if we get in trouble, you don't want to go back home and see your mom. We got in trouble because we missed the bus or whatever.
Right.
So I literally said, nah, we're walking to school. And we were
You were mad young, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in 3rd grade. and the only reason why I knew how to get to school was because I watched how the bus would pick kids up.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
you memorize those stops. Hey,
Exactly.
and that's what we're doing as we're on. We're not just sitting on this fucking bus just aimlessly. That's
Right.
what a bus stop is.
Yo,
like we were analyzing.
I literally would watch how they would get to school, so I literally like dragged us and did the same thing. Like I see my boy who's suspended from school. I'm like, yeah, we're walking to school. We missed the bus. He's like, all right, yo, be safe. I won't be there, whatever. Yo, my cousin sees us walking down, and this is the funniest part because this is how we got in trouble. Because
so trash.
He sees us. He's like, yo, what y'all doing? I'm like, yo, we're walking to school today and stuff like that. He's like, all right, yeah, cool. Bro, come to find out, he called my mom in a panic, like, yo, auntie, you boys, they're walking to school right now.
So you still got your ass beat regardless.
No, we didn't, but so then we get to school and we were mad hella late already. And they was like, what the hell? Like, how'd you guys get here?
What the fuck?
I was like, but like they gave us our late slips. We go to class. I go to class. I sit down and stuff like that.
And it's a blizzard going on, so there ain't nobody there.
Bro, there's people in school and stuff like that. You know how it is.
Yeah.
But 5 minutes later, literally, Tariq, you have to go down to the office. Yo, my mom's in there, and like, yo, the principal, assistant principal, they're like, how did you guys get here? I was like, we walked. They're like, how were you guys able to walk here? I was like, I followed the bus. Like, I don't know.
They think you stupid, like,
right.
You're young, but like these little kids be knowing what they talking about, and it's scarier nowadays because these little kids are smarter than we were.
Oh my god,
age.
yes.
But
so
even
much.
going back to like what your story or my story, like we like did things like that, but not the average kid does that in America.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
In Japan, like they're trained to do that.
Yeah,
Like all right, if this happens, like you gotta make sure you get here. You learn how to do this and that. Like that's crazy.
Like imagine being a 7-year-old, 6-year-old kid maneuvering yourself through New York City.
Dead ass.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine, there's grown ass motherfuckers that don't even know how to get through the city.
Dead ass.
So being a 6-year-old, 7-year-old, knowing how to maneuver yourself through the city. I've never been to Japan, so I imagine it's just probably the same.
Yep.
Like that's a fucking accomplishment. And that's
Right.
something that we need to be teaching the kids over here to start doing.
I mean, that's like basic
it's not a
survival
safe
skill, I feel.
Yeah, but it's not a safe environment
It's
for
not.
them to be implementing that type of survival skill because in our economy, society, whatever you want to call it, like literally it's just nothing's safe.
It's-
You
everybody's
always gotta
like-
look over your shoulder in
Yeah.
America.
Everybody's so worried about like what other people think of them that like they can't like see the bigger picture in regards to just like we all like live in
like what if we came together as a country and literally we're like, yo, like let's just take care of the kids. Like y'all see a bunch of kids, like if they look tired, hurt, hungry, like make sure help them out, but always make sure they get home safe.
right.
Like imagine
Like,
they
make
said
sure they're
that, like
fed
that
or,
was
like,
some real
just-
laws and shit. Like as
That's
many
when we
school-
would see real change
Real
happening
change.
in our society.
That's what I'm
correct?
saying.
Like that's the type of shit. But that all goes back to look at our leaders, because our leaders aren't thinking about shit like this. That's why I've always said that our leaders should be reflecting of like our age groups. You know what I mean? And who's the most like the most active age groups, I feel, because like that's really like those are the people that are making the changes. Like I mean, the like younger generations are not really, they have some voice possibly, but like not too much. Like they're really just starting to like learn shit, and then the older generation, they're really just like depending on like us to like take care of them too, because it's like goes back hand in hand with what I was talking to my friend to the other day in the same conversation when she asked me about, you know, like which if my parents taught me how to cook, but we were talking about how it's crazy how the roles switch. between like us starting to get older and then now our parents getting older and they're basically the ones that turn into children. So it's literally just, the cycle of life, you know what I mean? And thinking about like ourselves just as, like human beings at the end of the day, human beings who are all vulnerable, who all need from each other. And it's just like no one person can do anything by themselves. There's never an I in team. It was always like the greatest accomplishments have always been done between multiple people.
It takes a village.
It does take a village, for real.
But yeah, that was just something that really resonated with me when I seen it. I was just like, yo, that's powerful as fuck.
That was powerful, especially the way he said it too, like the way he broadcasted it and showed it in that TikTok was just crazy to me.
Yeah, and then that yellow cap thing too really stands out too. It's like whether your kid needs like I said, extra help, whether you had like you don't even know. It's just disability, like could be too young to really understand, just need somebody to hold their hand, like. That shit's a cool system to use. Like,
I'd be really interested in going to Japan to see this in real life.
Just to see how it is, because just to see a bunch of like you're sitting next to a 7-year-old and they're like, oh yeah, I'm just going home from school. Like,
right, they're just
what?
Right.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? You can't do that shit in America.
Right, literally.
Where's your parent?
Literally.
But yeah, nah, that concludes the word on the street discussion for today.
Nice, that was a good one.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Thanks, Little John.
Thanks, Little John. Yeah, there we go.
There you go. Word. So this green tea shot.
So you're gonna toast with us, or you're gonna just sip it before you even toast with us?
Cheers.
Are you gonna actually take the shot, or are you just gonna keep sipping?
I'm going to keep sipping because that is how you are supposed to drink green tea shots. I like to savor my shot, Yeah. Dude, I'm like struggling so bad over here.
I've seen that.
It's because I didn't bring my grinder. Had I brought my grinder, I would have been able to do everything exactly that I wanted to do. And like we would already be smoking and like it'd be great. But like my whole like setup just got fucked up because I forgot one thing, but fuck it, it's okay. Whatever. It is what it is.
Okay.
He's just so disappointed.
We gonna smoke regardless, whether it's on the show or after the show. I'm
Back. He said you rolling the fuck up regardless. Nah, but let me go through my topic. So it's my turn now, guys. Yes. So today, I'm gonna be talking about an episode on. So it was an episode by Jay Shetty that I listened to. Did I listen to this one or did I watch it?
What is this, a masterclass or something?
No, just on
podcast.
Yeah, just a podcast on Spotify. Actually, I think I listened to this on my way to Colombia last year.
Okay.
I was in the airplane and I listened to this. So this episode was about the things that we've got wrong with finding our passion and purpose and 3 ways to set it right. So he basically, I think it was like an hour and a half topic that he had, but he basically went through a couple of key points at the beginning with, kind of like the way that we think about like our passion and our purpose and kind of like how we try and seek it and how it's actually tearing us more away from being able to align with that. So there's always that, we're trying to find our passion and our purpose, but it's actually about aligning with our passion and aligning with our purpose and not necessarily finding it, right? So putting ourselves in this position where it is just bound to come to us. So we're currently out of alignment and, that's why sometimes you feel disconnected or distant or out of sync and harmony with, it could be like the people in our lives or the things that we're doing. It doesn't feel like it's the right energy a lot of times either, like that natural flow is just like not there, that are like, like with the people that are around us again or with their action. It's just like when we feel that something isn't right, then like that's literally our intuition telling us that is not what aligns with what we are meant to do. When we choose to align, we end up getting closer to that natural flow, that natural energy. We start becoming more, like we start going more inwards and becoming more of ourselves because we're able to put ourselves in a predicament where we are just able to receive and we're open to aligning with who we are and who we're meant to be. our deep closeness with ourselves will allow us to be, will allow us to become our most authentic, confident, and powerful selves. It's literally like the biggest reason for like having self-confidence, for being like knowing like who we are and what we stand for. And it's crazy because like somebody that I've been working with closely, like I was talking to them yesterday and they were saying how much I'm shining and how they really want to help me and like really take me under their wing and be able to guide me as much as they possibly can, because they see that I shine so vibrantly and like I'm so confident whenever I show up somewhere or whenever I'm having a conversation with somebody. It's even if I don't know anything, I'm very confident in what I do know, and I'm very confident in being able to get something out of that conversation. And it's like once you're able to actually put yourself in that predicament, nothing can really like bring you down, because you are the one who are setting the limits on that. Our biggest challenge is, again, basically that we're trying to find this passion, this purpose. We're trying to find answers outside of ourselves, which blocks us more and moves us further away. Where instead what we have to do is we have to dig deeper within ourselves and not necessarily turn to looking up on Google, oh, why do I feel like this? Going to my doctor, oh, I feel like this, prescribe me this medication. Oh, turning to substance abuse or turning to things that, aren't necessarily good habits because you're trying to find yourself. That's literally not the way to do it. Again, you're blocking yourself more from that. And what we really have to do is just start to become more in tune with ourselves, start to meditate more, start to have time and create that space for ourselves, be more self-aware, practice more self-care, make ourselves feel good so that in turn we can be able to fully express that towards other people. Without that purpose, we lack direction. We lose that compass of what to do next. We start feeling stuck, we start feeling confused, not really knowing what we want more of or what move we want to make next. He brushes up on a subject, a word specifically called dharma. So dharma is basically like our true nature. It's our internal superpower that's needed in the world, right? And it's like when we do what we love, that's our passion. And when our passion serves others, that's our purpose. That is so powerful right there. And that's basically what dharma is using our natural strengths, inclinations, and thrive to mold and like to be able to like serve others, and it's crazy because I think about that all the time, where it's like even goes hand in hand with like esoteric and how you're teaching the kids now, right? And it's like, damn, all right, so you love what you do, you love cooking, you love being able to feed other people, get their reactions, teach people about what you're doing. That's your passion, is food, right? And being able to do that. Now your passion is serving others, because now in turn you're teaching people. You're able to share something that's very like thoughtful to you with others, and they're able to receive that energy. So you're literally fulfilling your passion and your purpose all in one, because you've been able to align with that and you've been open to being able to express it, and you've worked hard on getting to the point where you're at now. It's not only just word of mouth, but you're putting in the work, and you're open to receiving things from other people, as in like wisdom, right? Like you're open to reaching out to other people to help you in the aspects that you don't necessarily know too much about. Like, for example, bringing on the guy that's like running your website, or like Palmer. So it's like these are little skills that you never necessarily, nobody really taught you, or that you never really were able to like take a class on to do yourself. But you're not opposed to opening that up to somebody else so that they can help you, right? So again, it's like working smarter, not harder, not trying to do everything yourself. Again, there's no I in team. He kind of goes into stoicism a little bit. He mentioned somebody named Nero, or I believe, or Zeno or something like that. Where he said like the nature is the way things work, and wisdom is acting in accordance with natural laws. So it's like when we practice wisdom, we get happiness and we get positivity. And I've always felt like a very wise soul. Like I've always connected so much with older people, and it's because I align with what I align and I'm open to the messages that they are trying to teach me about, you know? Like they're, like older people always have something to say about like a situation that they went through or just like give you guidance, if you will. And I've always been very open to that. And that's why like I've always felt so much older than I am because I've always been able to connect more with that. I actually posted something the other day, I don't know if you guys saw it on IG, but it was a Justin LaBoy post, and he was like, it was like something about, I feel like I'm like living in a world full of clowns just because like I'm older, like my mental is like older than everybody else. And I was like, yo, that's so facts. Like I resonate so much with that, and that's why I'm very grateful for the people that I have in my tight close circle because we all have very similar mindsets. And it's not necessarily about like whenever we, you know, I mean, obviously like we'll joke around and stuff, but it's always very, very positive, very productive, and just different. You know, it's not like talking about basic things or really just nothing, if you will, because most times like what do people talk about? TV shows that they're watching, or what's going on social media, what celebrities got going on, what beef is this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? And it's just like all very like negative things, if you will, or just not productive things. But so basically going into the three ways, you know, that are the three different ideas that can kind of help build alignment within ourselves and kind of help correct that, or not even correct that, but just allow us to be more open to being in alignment with our passion and our purpose. And the first one is, you know, just truly deeply getting to know ourselves. One of our biggest struggles is truly getting to know ourselves. In getting to know ourselves is that we judge ourselves by our intentions, not by our actions, which is super misleading and subjective, and it's subjective, not objective. So he actually brought up like a quick activity to do to be able to like understand what some of your traits are, kind of, and how you like go about, right? So he basically said to compare your credit card statements, or compare like the books that you've actually been reading, or TV shows or movies that you really like, and identifying the patterns within those, like within all of those things. So characteristics, the traits, the qualities, the attributes of whatever like is the main focus in any one of those, and not just necessarily the actions themselves. But when you look at these specific patterns, it's not necessarily focusing on how it sounds in your head, but focusing on how it feels in your body. And it's like not measuring your passion by how big, by how it sounds in your head again, but how it feels in your body. And it's like, you know, once, like, for example, like I know you guys like to watch TV and stuff, so it's like if you go through and you list all of these different TV shows that you like to watch, and you kind of bubble deeper down into what like the main like subjects are in these shows, kind of what some of the main characteristics are in some of these shows, like, and you actually start to think about that deeper, you'll be like, oh wow, I'm super attracted to all of these shows because I implement that in my own life, or I like it's something that like it comes rooted from deeper within, you know. So it's a great way to really be able to get more in tune with who you are and why you do certain things and the way that you do them. Number 2 is what do you love to learn? So, you know, just like what do you love to learn and what do you love to teach? Whereas, you know, we nurture our natural strengths and our natural talents. Some of the most healthy, wealthy, wise, and successful people in the world focus either all, so 100%, or they focus 80% into what they're good at, and then, you know, like 100% like completely, or 80 and then 10 and 10 into what they're average at and what they're terrible at. And the focus is to excel in what you're good at, to be able to continue to just perfect that and get to a point where there's almost nothing else that you can do to continue to further that specific skill that you have, and then, or like that natural strength and talent, and then continue to add on to it, right? So it's like when it comes to hard skills, focusing on your natural strengths. So your hard skills are more like the things that you can do, like just more physically.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it comes to your soft skills, like your qualities, focusing on your natural weaknesses and being able to, like, for example, if communication is something, like, personally, communication is something that I've had to work on for a very long time. I was never, I mean, like, I communicated when I was younger, but when it came to like communication of my emotions specifically, I was not very good at that at all. I would just like, if something made me feel away, upset, angry, whatever it was, sad, I would just shut down and I wouldn't talk to anybody about it. I wouldn't talk to myself about it. I wouldn't find any necessarily no specific way to kind of let all of this out. And I would just let it bottle up inside of me until it would get to a point where just one day something would trigger me and all of it would explode.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not healthy, you know? And I'm getting to a point where, like, for example, the other day, I was having a conversation with my mom, and it got to the point where, you know, I literally am recognizing this to her. I'm like, had we been having this conversation at an earlier point in my life, I probably just would have hung the phone up just because I was so upset. But I'm telling you, like, why I'm upset and, like, what you're saying to make me upset. And, like, I'm recognizing different parts to it. But, like, again, like, setting those boundaries and being open to it. And it's like, it's super important to be able to, you know, focus on those weaknesses if they're a soft skill, and like work on those very hard so that it gets to a point where you don't have to work on them anymore. You could just move on from it. And then again, your hard skills, like really focusing on those natural talents that you have, like modeling. For you, that's a hard skill that you have that you're really good at. It's continuing to either put your 100% into that, or putting your 80% into that, and then putting 10 and 10 into two other things that you're good at and that you're terrible at, so that you're still like perfecting your modeling, while at the same time you're getting more experiences in these other two subjects that you're not that good at. But once modeling has reached its end, then you can start to kind of bring all of these other ones into and continue to perfect all of these other skills and just make yourself more well-rounded. So that was number 2. You like that, huh? I like that. So like here, like for example, like speaking, math, learning, education, writing, scripting, analytics, those are all hard skills, focusing on those strengths. And then, you know, your soft skills would be either empathy, conflict resolution, meditation, support, service, focusing those as, you know, if they're your weaknesses. And then number 3 would be to go outside of your comfort zone with your strengths. So dialing up and going above and beyond with all of your own personal strengths. So for example, if public speaking is something that I'm really, really strong at, you know, but I've only really done it for like 10 people, setting a goal to dial that up to, okay, my next public speaking event, I want it to be 20 people. Then after that, I want 50 people. I want 100 people. I want 1,000 people to be there. And that's how you're able to take your strengths and step outside of your comfort zone with that, right? For example, teaching. For you, Tariq, teaching students, right, when they're young. Right now, they're younger. But then getting to a level where you're teaching professionals that are on the same level as you. And then teaching CEOs and owners of really big companies, you know, that may have years and years of experience on you. Mm-hmm. But you know that you have something very unique and talented and like special to you that you can share with other people that other people don't have, you know? So again, stepping out of your comfort zone in those specific ways to be able to just continue to grow. Because a lot of times I feel like sometimes we think, oh, like I'm so good at doing this already. Like how much more can I learn from it, or how much more can I grow from it? And it's like, okay, like let me just dial it up. Let me step out of my comfort zone because I feel comfortable where I am now. But there's no growth in comfortability. Yeah. So I need to make sure I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. You know, there's just so much, it's just so much more important than trying to become a master of anything else. It's like, or something else, or trying to just like become a master of too many different things at all. It's really just like getting deep in the mastery of your own strength at different levels of your comfort zone, and then you can kind of switch from one skill to another. Like modeling for you, like getting out of your comfort zone, being able to do that. I can't wait to see you model on like the runways and like out, like everywhere. And then from there, you moving on to, all right, I'm done with modeling. What's
Acting.
next? Let me do acting. Literally.
Silver screen.
Literally.
Now I'm in movies.
You feel me?
Niggas can't touch me.
And that's on what?
That's on the set. That's on the set. That's on the set. You better dab me. You better say it. Say it. That's on the what?
No, I'm not gonna say that.
He said no.
But I agree.
I agree.
Okay. Nah,
but
you're on fire with today's topic.
but yeah, so just, you know, and just thinking about the fact that like switching too early on will kind of prevent you from growing as deeply as you can in whatever you're naturally good at. And again, just like being able to take all of these different points. Yeah, 9/19/22 is when I listened to this and I took these notes.
That was a minute ago.
Yeah, so that was Jay Shetty's top 3 steps in truly finding or truly aligning with our purpose and our passion, and versus just trying to find it.
Okay, Kayla, that's what you said. That was a good one. I liked it. I liked yours today too. We've all had beefy conversations.
We have had some beefy conversations.
Topics.
Some beefy topics. Preach! Oh, I wasn't even looking at
Yeah, you got people in the chat.
Right, in the chat. I love it. I love it. But yeah, so that was my topic for today, guys. That was dope. I love that.
Nice.
Fuck up.
But let's get into our main topic today.
Yes,
guys.
what is our main topic for today?
It is our crazy dreams that we be having. And
Thank you, Melly.
I know I'm not the only one that be having the wildest dreams. And I literally just had one that like freaked me out too. So
Start us off.
alright, I'll start it up. And it's crazy because this was literally like, it was like while I was in school, after school and stuff. So basically, I'm after school and stuff, and I was washing my hands. So it.
Wait, this is your dream now? Or
This is my dream. This is my dream. So I'm in the school teaching and stuff.
Thank you, B.
So I'm washing my hands in like the bathroom or whatever. But even like context was I teach in like a science classroom, but they say don't really use the sinks in there. Use the art room for like water washing dishes and stuff, because water kind of come out weird or whatever. So like in my dream and stuff, I'm washing my hands, and it's like the water was white, but then it just randomly turned brown. I was like, what the hell? That's weird. But
wait, what? The water was white? The water is not supposed to be white. It's supposed to be
clear. Clear, but it was
Tariq.
okay. It was clear. All right. It was clear, but it like just turned brown randomly.
Yes.
But the water like touched my hand, and it was like, you know how like if you like stick like a straw in your hand, like you get like them like rings around your hands and stuff like that, or you get like the holes. Mm-hmm. That's basically what I got, and it was like, oh, those are ringworms or whatever. And I'm like,
you get ringworm from the muddy water coming out.
Bro.
What the hell?
Bro, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? I got ringworms. And I'm like going around. My dad's in the school. I don't know why he was in there. And then I'm like,
Steve to the rescue.
Oh, no.
Crazy on your hand, didn't there?
It was just like this random like hole, like dots or whatever, and I'm like, yo, they're ringworms, they're ringworms.
Like, yo, that would give me like trypophobia
Bro,
vibes.
and then
I'll freak the fuck out.
And I'm like,
trypophobia of holes.
Trypophobia, yeah. Oh god, that shit freaks me the fuck
bro,
out.
and I'm like trying to tell the principal, I'm like, yo, there's ringworms and stuff like that, and like. And then I'm like trying to find the bathroom that I was in. I can't find it. I'm like running through the school.
The bathroom that you were in?
Yeah, that gave me the ringworms. And then it was like there was just going mad like commotion in the hallways. There was just like fights breaking out everywhere in the school.
Tariq, what did you eat before you went?
Yo, I don't know.
What the hell?
And then I find the bathroom, and I'm like, I put like a bottle under it, and turn the water on, and my dad and the principal walks in. I'm like, yo, see, there's ringworms in the water. I don't know. Yo, it freaked me out.
That was your dream?
Yo, that was the last dream I had. Yo, it was crazy.
Tariq, you gotta Google search what does ringworms mean in a dream.
I don't think you can get ringworm on your hand though.
I don't know.
I know I've gotten ringworm before, and it was from me fucking playing with the dog.
What the hell?
I was rubbing my head because my dog would like go outside a lot, right? And like he would come inside and like I would literally wrestle with my dog, and like I would always fucking like rub my head on his head type shit. And I got ringworm in my head, like right here. So I had hair, like back then my hair wasn't as short. It was kind of like this, and it was just a patch just missing, and it's a big ass circle, and it's just a fungal like. They say it's a worm under your skin, but it's really not. It's just a fungus coming up and creating like this barrier.
What the hell? That's scary though.
Yeah, but
that gives me like Last of Us.
You'll get like trypophobia from it. Though.
Oh God, yeah, I fucking can't.
But it's really just a rash.
I mean,
that's
it's
all
not
it
that
is.
bad.
It's just a rash.
It's just a rash.
Nah, yo, even
his shit was he was seeing some crazy shit.
Though. Like
it's just a circular rash.
Dermatosis.
You see the circle?
Yeah.
I would do that. I had that shit right on my head.
Nah, but yo, I was like, yo, this is a ridiculous dream. Like,
yeah, this is crazy.
Kayla, let me hear your nightmares.
My nightmares? The last nightmare that I had, oh God, wait, let me look it up because I can't even remember, but I know I sent it to somebody. Let me search up. Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck? This is not, my name is not David. Somebody just texted me talking about, hello, Mr. David, this is Lena. I have a new cell phone and cell phone card. Please save my contact info in case you lose it.
I get those all the time. Yeah, I get those.
Who the fuck? No,
Don't even text it back.
Nightmare. Oh God, okay, yeah, here we go. Where did you? Oh, okay, I remember, because I almost got kidnapped.
In real life?
In that, no, my nightmare. You
fucking same.
Same. When I was 6 years old.
No cap.
No, but I remember, so the whole dream, I was in Jersey, actually. I had gone to visit my brother for his birthday.
The land of nightmares.
I had gone to visit my brother for his birthday. And we're all going to eat at, like, it was like Panera Bread.
Bussin'.
It was like Panera Bread, but the way it was like weird.
Uh-huh. I know that.
Because it was like a quick service restaurant, but like or a casual service restaurant, if you will. So I remember I got there late though because everybody was waiting for me. Mm-hmm. And Tariq, good?
Yeah.
On the camera?
Yeah.
What's going on?
We're good.
The light's all like.
Yeah.
The light was like all flashing. You turned it off?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh God! Oh my God! I don't want to see that shit, bruh. Oh my God! He's showing me holy things.
Yo, your eye dilated.
Yo! Oh my God! It looks fucking disgusting. I'm gonna throw up right here right now.
No, you're good. I took it off.
You took it off? Okay, yeah. Thank God. Jesus Christ.
That shit is crazy though.
That shit is disgusting. Please don't ever do that.
Remember Blue Waffle back in the day?
Oh my God! Yes.
Don't continue with your story.
Don't.
But anyway, so I show up late to this Panera Bread, and it was weird because everybody had eaten already, and they were literally clearing all of the plates off the table when I showed up. But then I'm like, they cleared off my plate too, and I'm like, yo, like you guys just took the meal that I was about to eat, like it's been paid for, like I want my meal. And then everybody basically left. Like, I almost, like, started getting into a fight at Panera Bread. Like, some bitch was giving me an attitude or something. Because, like, it was like they were trying to flip the table mad fast because they had another party or some shit. But I'm like, I need my food. Like, the fuck? And so, but then I remember I, like, walked out and I had parked my car. I think I parked my car somewhere. I had to go in a convenience store to get something. And there was a weird-ass looking guy in there. And so, like, I remember I cashed my shit out, and then I'm, like, walking to my car, and he was right behind me. And I'm, like, getting to my car, and he was, like, right behind me, and then he, like, tried to, like, take me or, like, do something. And I was just like, not today, motherfucker. And I literally, like started screaming, and, like, I just, like, wrestled him or whatever. I started screaming. And there was, like, 2 other people in the convenience store, too. And I was like, they're literally going to hear you right now. They're going to come out here, and they're going to see what you're trying to do to me. And he was like, no, chill, Shreddy, chill. And then he, like, went to his car that was, like, parked right behind mine. And he, like, just wanted, like, he basically just dipped. And then I was like, oh my god, I don't know if, I think somebody else like had maybe like come out to kind of see what was going on by the time he was like dipping, and then I was like getting into my car because I was shook, and then I remember like pulling off, and then like I don't really know what happened, but like after that, but that shit was nuts. I was like, oh my, I woke up and I was sweating. I was like, oh my god, it was nuts.
That shit sounds like a fever dream.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, your turn.
Mine stems from like way back. I was young. This is before even like niggas hit school type shit. But in my room, the way it was set up when me and my sister were younger, we had bunk beds, and she was on the bottom and I was on the top, and we had a closet, and it was a double door closet, but it was like up and down. You know what I mean? So you can remove the bottom part, but the top would still be type shit, right? Alright, so I'm giving you a little layout of the room, you feel me? So, the front door is on the far left, right? You come in, there's the guinea pig cage, and then there's the carpet with the, y'all remember those carpets we used to have with the roads on it, and you used to play with your toy car and whatever, we had that in the room. Had the bunk beds, we had the double closet, and we had this janky ass fucking Sanyo TV. Like shit was blocky and shitty. Anyway, every time when before I used to go to bed, I don't know why, but I would always look at the light under the door, and that was my indicator to know if my parents were going to bed or not, right? And I can always tell if somebody was walking into the room because you could see 2 feet at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so this is how the dream starts. I'm in bed, right? And I'm chilling. Like, and from this dream, actually, till this day, I sleep with the covers over my head, and I make like a little peephole. Like, till this day, I'm a grown-ass man, and I still do this shit, bro. Like, it's the crazy shit that happens to you in childhood that sticks with you, bro.
You shook it.
No cap.
As fuck.
But anyway, so my sister, she's sleeping on the bottom. I'm on top. I'm sleeping, right? And TV turns on, right? Boom, out of nowhere. I'm like, what the fuck? Static though, snow. So I'm like, alright, that's weird. Boom, light in the hallway turns on. So now I'm thinking, alright, my parents hear the TV, they're about to come in the room and turn off the TV. 2 footsteps appear right in the door. The door not opening. TV volume just going up more and more and more. This static getting loud as fuck. I'm not bullshitting you, yo. This was a nightmare I had, right? So after that, I'm sitting there shook. So I'm like, all right, like I'm thinking it was my dad. To be honest, I was like, all right, my dad. He's gonna come in and he's gonna turn off the TV. Door flies open, bro. Nothing. And the light turned off. Everything. It was just pitch black, bro.
The door open, pitch black.
Door flew open, pitch black. Now I'm in the room, just shook. Like I'm like, what the fuck? TV still going.
Blaring.
All you fucking see is the light that's shining off of this TV static, bro. On God, bro. I'm looking through the light towards the doorway, right? And there was this figure, bro, and it was moving towards me, bro. And I literally remember jumping into the covers, putting it over my head, and I made that little peephole so I could see where the fucking thing was. Bro, that shit snatched Alicia out the bed and jumped out the window, my nigga.
Oh my god.
Bro, all I remember seeing my sister's blanket like sprawled out on the floor, window wide open, and she just being gone.
Gone. Oh
I
my god.
woke up in cold. I was drenched. Drenched.
Oh, that's so sad.
Nigga said.
You know what that literally?
I had to look under the bunk. You know, you remember them days?
Make sure she's there.
I was like, oh, this little bitch.
You want a side leg?
No cap, bro.
You know what that tells me? That tells me how attached you were to your sister when you were younger, because you were very scared of anything happening to her.
Yeah, that, and I was just shook. I was a pussy back then, bro. Like, any little thing, like that TV though that was the most craziest thing to me. And it's crazy because my sister had a dream of her in that room too, but it was totally different dream. She said she opened up got up one day, and she was the only one in the room. She kept hearing something in the closet, right? She opened up the top part of the closet, and a lion was in there, she said.
A lion?
And she just remembers hearing the lion just roaring, and like she shut it real quick and jumped into bed. And I was just like, when she told me that, I was like, that's crazy, because in that same room, I had a nightmare, you feel me? Like, and I just think that shit was cursed. Fuck that house.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, crazy. Possibly.
Nah, y'all ever get like crazy like deja vu moments?
Yeah, but then after I have them, I'll be like, I forget about them. Like, I remember there was a couple track meets, like, that I'll be like, damn, I've been here before. Like, I already know how this shit gonna play out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you know what's sick? You ever have a deja vu moment and be like, yo, you play it out in your mind because you remember how it is, and that shit actually fucking happened?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bro, there's been multiple times where I've been walking and shit, and I'm like, yo, this place looks mad familiar. And I'll be like, yo, I've been here before. There's gonna be a nigga in a black sweater right behind me walking right around the corner. Turn around, boom, right there.
Yeah.
You'd be like, yo,
what the fuck?
I'm a fucking psychic! No.
I'm fucking dead.
It really be like that though, for real. Like,
nah, there was one I had. It was this year that I did the event for the city. Remember I was telling you guys about?
Mm-hmm.
But it was like I didn't remember the dream, but it was like me and Raquan setting up and stuff like that. And we like served and stuff, and they were doing like their presentation. I'm standing, and I'm like, yo, I feel like I did this like already. Like I'm like, this is the first time I'm doing this for like bigger people, like some important people in the city and stuff. I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on? And I'm looking at Raquan, I'm like, yo, I feel like I've done this before. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, he's like, this is your first one. I'm like, I know, but I'm like, I feel like I cooked for like people like this already. And I'm like, yo, like this is crazy. Like, I don't know, dreams just be like so, they be so wild to me, honestly.
But they just give you foresight in the future.
Not even foresight, but they tell you about things that you need to fix in your now. Like, dreams are literally reflections of things that are happening in your present and things that you are like really stressing about. Cause like if you go like Tariq, you said that dream that you had was not too long ago.
Which one?
The ringworm one.
Yeah, nah, that literally happened like I think last week.
I'd be very curious and looking up like what it means to dream about like water turning like from clear to brown. Mm-hmm. And then like looking up what it means in a dream to like basically like have like trypophobia in your hand, or like be in like a school and kind of, because that's how I like basically break down my dreams. It's like when I dream about something, I look up what every single little part is that I can remember and I put it together, and the message that I usually get pertains pretty like spot on to like something that's going on in my life right now, whether it's a thought that I'm having that's reoccurring, a situation that I'm going through that maybe needs a little bit more attention, or even just a feeling that I'm feeling and I don't even really understand what it is until my subconscious tells me in these crazy ass dreams. But it's just like each one of these little significant things means something different, and to put that message together, it'll just tell you exactly like what's happening in your present that you need to like address.
Yeah.
Basically.
You talked about lucid dreams. What exactly is that?
So lucid dreaming is basically when you are aware that you are dreaming. So you can like control your dream, basically. It's very different from like what you said, Drew, sleep paralysis, where it's just like with sleep paralysis, you're literally paralyzed in your bed because your body is still in sleep mode, if you will. So like your motor functions aren't, you can't use them because that section of your brain is shut off because you're supposed to be dreaming, but you're awake at that part. And then like, so then it's like you're almost like panicking because it's like you know that you have a functioning body, and in the moment you're supposed to be doing something else that you're not. And so like a lot of people do like freak out and stuff with sleep paralysis, because like, I mean, it is very scary to wake up in the middle of the night and not be able to move your body. You know what I mean? Because you're like, fuck, like my body's still sleeping.
Yo,
but I'm like, damn,
I know you don't
I'm
watch
awake as fuck.
But have you ever seen this movie called Gerald's Game?
Maybe. Gerald's Game. What is it about?
So it's this like husband and wife, right? And they get an Airbnb, and they're trying to like spice up their sex life, right?
That's the shit with the dog, right? Or like she gets stuck on the.
Yeah. So they're literally trying to spice up their sex life, right?
Joey's in the chat.
The husband pulls
What's up,
out
Joey?
some handcuffs and shit, right? Puts her on it. He gets on top of her, has a heart attack, dies. Shorty's locked up for days. Like days. Mind you, there's a serial killer on the loose or some shit like that. And yo, Shorty's just hallucinating. Like she doesn't have any water. She's trying to get loose. There's this one scene, bro, that just so they talk about this serial killer that's on the loose, but they don't really go in depth with it, right? In this fucking room, Shorty is like sitting there, but she's hallucinating, right? So she's like looking into the shadow in the corner of the room, and she sees this like person and shit, but the person's not saying shit, not doing nothing, not moving. Come to find out, at the end of the fucking movie, it was the serial killer that was in there, but he was on a rampage. He was only killing men, he wasn't killing women. So he was just in there, and he just happened to see this woman like locked up to the thing. Bro, they showed his ass at the end of the movie, bro, in the case. Bro, he looked crazy, bro. Like, you gotta see this movie, but
That shit sounds crazy.
what was happening to her was like she was going through sleep paralysis. She was dehydrated. She wasn't having she was having all these visions and shit. Like with the dog. Remember when the dog came in?
It was like eating her or
and
something?
it was eating her. Yeah, like it's a really crazy.
But it wasn't really there.
It wasn't there.
Just,
but the
okay.
serial killer was really there.
Oh, that shit's scary.
Let me show you what this movie.
What's up? Joey said, "What's up, guys?"
Tell Joey I said what's
Chat.
poppin'.
Hello, Joseph. My guy.
Hey. Just smoking, talk about dreams, crazy dreams, lucid dreaming, all of our weird dreams.
I know. I mean,
It's today's topic.
that's what I remember from my dream. That's all I had.
It's crazy too because there was a certain point in my life where I couldn't really remember my dreams that much.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like it switched once I started to engage a little bit more and like have more time for myself and like start to meditate and start to become more self-aware. That was him.
That was him.
Oh fuck.
But when he was standing in the corner of the room, bro, that was the craziest part. Like,
oh my god.
Is it on Netflix?
Scary.
yes, it's still on Netflix. It's like right here. I think this is it. Right
That's
here.
it? Oh
His
my
eyes was glowing and
god.
shit. Yeah, that shit would be.
Holy shit, dude.
I might have to watch it.
But it's a real thing because it's the real nigga.
That's the real guy?
Yeah.
I don't know if I
That
should
was
watch
a
it.
serial killer?
I don't know if I should watch it because I'm gonna get a crazy dream about that nigga.
Right, you about to start dreaming about him.
I don't know if I'm gonna do
Shit.
that now. Never mind.
Nah, it was
It's
a
a
great
book?
movie though. It started it's by Stephen King. It started off
Ah.
as a book, then they made it a movie. But it came out like in the 70s.
Of course, it was Stephen King. God
Right.
damn.
Bro, but the idea behind it, like, yo, they're
Crazy.
trying to spice up their sex life.
Yeah.
They get locked into the
Pedro's
headboard
in the
and,
chat
like,
too,
now they're
guys.
gonna die. Like,
Pedro.
What's up to Pedro? We was just talking about Rolling Loud.
Shout out
Pedro, we
shout
gonna
out
roll
Joey.
out this year.
You're.
You better be there. It's opening day this week too.
It's gonna be slitty
Good
titty.
luck to the Mets.
Slitty
I'm
titty.
trying to go to the Mets game too. We out? What's up? Yeah,
Gerald's getting
Crazy
upset,
dreams, man.
I know.
I was trying to think of another nightmare, but I really can't think of anything.
Me too. Like, I don't really have
I
nightmares
know y'all
that
had those
much.
falling
Oh
dreams.
no, I be getting nightmares. Albert's in the chat too.
You had those falling dreams?
Hey, what's going on, Albert? A falling. I feel like I have that
Oh, when you
mostly
just fall
when I'm
in.
about to fall asleep. Like when I'm like falling asleep, like I'll feel like I'm falling and I like twitch.
Yeah. My sister, I don't even know. This has nothing to do with dreaming, but my sister does this thing where when we get on roller coasters, she likes to fake and act like she's falling out, like of the roller coaster.
Oh my
So like,
god.
I'm already not a big roller coaster goer. Like
Yeah.
I don't really fuck with. I fuck with rides, but I don't fuck with like crazy roller coasters.
Yeah.
So we'll get on like, say like in Jersey they have this ride called Nitro. We'll get on Nitro and she'll be
Albert
like,
said he can't hear us on Twitch.
You can't hear us on Twitch.
Yeah.
We'll have to work on Twitch. It keeps like cutting in and out. And of course now Zed left, so
Right. Nas left. Our fucking Twitch guy left. Like.
I can't hear it either when I turned it up. We'll work on it.
Pedro said we ought to Fenway.
Yeah.
Go watch the Red Sox lose.
You know, I was being nice and being serious about the Mets, but you know what? Screw you, Pedro. I hope the Mets have a horrible year, alright?
This is why we can't have nice things.
Literally. Literally. Yeah, but go ahead.
What?
You talk about somebody's
Roller
sister?
coaster.
Oh, roller coasters and shit?
Oh, I forgot. It's okay, guys.
I'm fucking dead.
I'm dead.
Go ahead. Are we wrapping up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah, that was today's topic. That was pretty good. That was a good episode. I like that. What are we on for time? I feel like we went through that really fast.
No, 54. No, almost 2 hours.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, time flies when you're having fun, right? Why are you guys just crickets?
I just happened to look up. I didn't know.
Y'all, I had fun on today's episode. I hope you guys did too.
Damn, it's about to be April already, bro.
Already, bro.
Time's flying.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
At least the weather is actually looking
Getting
up.
nicer. I
April
know.
showers bring me flowers, and all next month is gonna be nothing but thunderstorms.
Mhm.
Niggas gonna be swimming from bullshit.
Swibbid.
But it's whatever.
Y'all got some events coming up that you want to share with everybody?
Yes, I have two in May.
Isn't Mother's Day coming up?
That's one of them.
Mother's Day is in May.
Mother's Day is May 14th. I just had a meeting last night with Red Lounge, and we're starting to get everything going. We're doing it at Red Lounge this year. So just look out for the flyers. We're trying to do something not just do something different, but you know, make it a little bigger and stuff like that. So that, and then we have Haitian Flag Day is May 21st. That's the Sunday after. We're doing the show and being a vendor on Atwell's. So you know, when you guys see the flyer for that as well, just come out. That's free. You just come out, see all, you know, there'll be a band that's gonna be coming out. I'll have food to sell. There'll be some other people there as well. So you know.
When's the Caribbean Fest?
That's in July. That's if they do it, and that's if I'm a part of it this year.
Are you debating on not doing it?
I mean, I don't do food there.
Oh yeah.
I didn't do food there last year.
Because they're very strict with it, right? Or
They're
something.
very strict, and it's just a lot
Too
more.
much of a hassle.
It's just a lot more work
Yeah.
to put in. Like if I was a regular vendor somewhere, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot more different rules, especially, and that's the same thing with Juneteenth and stuff. So I mean, I have to get ready for that too, and
Mhm.
so.
Yeah.
But yeah, but also you guys can find me Sundays 11 a.m. mixing up with Chef Tariq, ChefTariq.co on Instagram, TikTok, and Chef Tariq 401 on Facebook, YouTube Chef Tariq, ChefTariq.com, and of course Chef Tariq Company LLC on Google as well. You guys can book us for catering. Actually, someone actually messaged me about a wedding next year.
Okay.
So hopefully, if I actually do that,
Mhm.
I'll be
5K.
well, maybe even more than that.
10. You're gonna need a team.
I'm gonna need a team, a kitchen, fully equipped, and everything. So
Everything. Mhm.
plates, yeah. So we'll see if I get that and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's something good though. Something to look forward to again. See,
yeah,
continuing to grow on those strengths and step out of your comfort zone and do more and more and more.
exactly. So
Love that.
yeah, those are those, and then of course Twitch, Chef Tariq _CL22. You guys can follow us on there to watch the podcast. Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube. Make sure you guys are like, subscribing, and sharing the podcast. Leave some comments, leave some notes, ask us questions. We'll do an episode where we just answer a bunch of questions from you guys about anything about the podcast and stuff.
Yes. Ooh, we should
and
do
yeah.
that this week coming up. Just post mad polls. People ask us questions and stuff.
We also want to start getting guests on as well, guys. So you know, make sure you guys are asking us, or bless you.
Thank you.
If you guys want to be guests on the podcast, let us know. If there's anyone you
I
want
can
to see
ask
on
Laura
the podcast.
if she wants to come on next week. If Project Girl isn't coming on, because I see Laura on Saturday.
Okay.
So.
I also hit Laura up this week. I texted her back after she texted me, and she didn't respond to me. So
I sent a video of me and Laura to the chat, and she didn't respond. She definitely responded.
I don't know if she did.
No.
Did she?
No, Kayla
I
fried me.
responded.
Yeah,
Kayla fucking fried me. Fuck Kayla, bro. Fuck Kayla, fuck
I love
Kanye.
you too, Drew.
I'm dead. Drew, where can they find you at?
They can find me showing pictures of trypophobia to Kayla because that's what she deserves. It's like, nah. They can find me at I Love You Drew on Instagram. You can catch me on my modeling shit, you feel me? Because like, once I take over the modeling game, I'm definitely taking over the acting game, and then I'm going to be the next Jonathan Majors. Tariq's going to be a co-star on some of my shows, of course, as the lovely Keyla. But until then, you can also find me at Second Human on IG as well, and also at the Mixing Pot podcast with me and my wonderful co-host. But that is all. That's where you can find me.
Yeah. Why?
Why?
What did I do? Just looking at me. Mad crazy, bro. Mad crazy.
I'm dead.
Y'all can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Zoe_Keyla. That's ZOE_KEYLA. You can also find me on Instagram at Liquid Gold. That's at LQD_GLD. I've got some events coming up catering with Liquid Gold, so make sure you guys stay tuned for all of that content. I'm going to be posting some more stuff soon. That's going to be in combination with my job in cannabis, so just getting like into that again and just combining all my passions together, being able to do that. Getting into photography a little bit, you know, modeling and stuff. Drew and I have a couple of things pending for the summertime.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Some projects.
I'm fucking with you, I'm fucking with you.
Horrible. I just did a little photo shoot over the weekend, so I'm really excited to get that content back and be able to share it with you guys, because that shit came off fire. Like, I already know that shit came off fire.
Shout out Regis.
Shout out Regis, for real.
Shout out Nas.
But shout out to Nas for doing a Twitch, even though he left halfway through and now they can't hear us on Twitch.
I could have sworn he was sitting right there this whole time.
The whole time, and then he just dipped.
In the darkness.
In the darkness. But yeah, you guys can find me there. And then where else can you find me? Yeah, well, of course, here on the Mixing Pot podcast every Wednesday, tuning live on IG on my personal page, as well as on Fridays on YouTube and everywhere else that you get your podcasts. So that was it, guys, for today. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. I had a great time, and we'll see you guys next week. Yeah.
Are you gonna
say bye, y'all?
You gonna play us out?
Yeah. I'm just waiting for y'all to say bye.
We know you gotta play us out, and then we say bye.
Fine, Tariq. Just for you. Now you want me to play? I'll play it for you. There you go.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye, y'all.